To start the new year, the Delray Beach real estate market started out hot. Hi, it's John Whelan, and welcome back to my How's the Delray Beach Real Estate Market Update for January 2023. Today I'm going to share 3 charts plus an extra one. We're going to start out with new listings and how they are surging, how the sold to list ratio continues to plummet, and of course, the days on market. I'm also going to talk about the national inventory level and how that applies here locally to Delray Beach. Let's get started. I'm going to start out with a new chart, which is the new listings coming to the market. Not the overall active listings, but new ones. Look at this chart. For 2022, there was a downward trend in new listings that it looks like in the month of December bottomed at 342 new listings coming to the market. But then it rose 45% in the month of January to 498 new listings. Why is that? The narrative is most of 2022, interest rates did one thing. They went up. They went from 3% to over 7.5% in 1 year. Then in November, it started to turn. Interest rates started sliding into the mid and low sixes, and that said to sellers, hey, there's going to be more buyers coming to this market that can afford because their monthly mortgage payment is going to go down, so let's get our property on the market. That's what you clearly see in the month of January. Now look at the sold to list ratio. You can see in this chart last year, as a refresher, back in May, it peaked at 99.6%. What that means is if you put a property on the market for $100,000, it sold for $99,600. But as you can see, it crashed all year, and in January now it's at 91.8%. Why is that? Well, remember last month I talked about how the first 48 hours of listing a property is critical? You can get a refresher by looking at that video up here. Basically, the first 48 hours are critical. So if you list a property too high, A, it's going to last longer in the market, but B, with this new surge in demand, buyers are starting to negotiate. So if you have a high-priced property in today's market, prices are coming down little by little. So there's a gap in the sold to list ratio. So if you as a seller were to list your property currently for February 2023, this sold to list ratio, the gap will narrow and you'll probably be able to sell your house faster. So that's why I'm bringing back the days on market chart for the 5th month in a row. It's important. Take a look at this. You can see last July it bottomed at 22.5 days. Last month in January, it's now up to 48.5 days, but it's looking less dramatic. And why is that? Well, because all these charts play together, man. I mean, the new listings that are coming on the market this month, as we saw, is rising. The sold to list ratio is bottoming and might be slowing. And now the days on market is not looking as dramatic. Prices are starting to drop. We'll talk about that next month. All this plays into it. It'll be interesting. And my guess is that we might see a slowdown or drop in days on market for February. Stick around to next month. Now I want to throw in this bonus chart. It's about the national average annual inventory of homes for sale. And as you can see in this chart, you can take a look at it. Mostly there's about 4.2 to 4.5 million homes for sale in the United States every year, except for the Great Recession, 2008, 9, 10, 11, when inventory spiked. Last year, 2021, was 2.3 million units, and 2022 was 2.7 million. So we're starting to see a little increase in inventory. Here in South Florida, I write about it in my weekly e-letter. If you'd like to get a copy of that for free, just look down below for my link. I'll get you on it immediately. Here in South Florida, we normally average around 52 to 57,000 homes for sale, but over the last couple of years, it dropped. A year ago, dropped to 15,000, and as we stand now, we're at 32,000 units for sale. That's still about a 45% drop here locally. It's important to know because obviously, with less inventory and prices still high but coming down, we've got a buyer demand situation that's going to create a strong market for the foreseeable future. And to summarize, as I do every month, I want to give a narrative of what the big theme was for the month of January. It was all about you and the strength of this real estate market to start 2023. For example, I know exactly what you're doing. I see it on my channels every day. Last month, as an example, my YouTube channel that you're watching now grew its subscriber base by 119 people. That's an increase of 22% for a small YouTube channel like mine. Additionally, my Google page increased its interactions with people. That's basically people coming in and look at all of my information on my Google page, increased by 93%. That says one thing. Both sellers and buyers are more interested. They want to learn more about what's happening in the marketplace. They're picking up their phone and calling me. I had 11 sellers call me last month. I had 9 buyers call me from my YouTube channel alone. This shows strength, that people are more interested, that this year in January started out hot. And I imagine that for the next 30 days, the month of February data is going to prove to be just the same, if not better. So I appreciate you watching my market update. I look forward to seeing you next time. Make it a great month.